G'day guys, welcome to another video. We've got a update on the 370Z. Nick has been going hard in typical Nick fashion and been absolutely smashing the work out. Super appreciative. But where are we at? So the car's back down on the ground now. The rear end is all in, but obviously we've got a lot of setup to do to get the height right. The height actually on this side is probably spot on, but the alignment is completely cooked in the back. Since we fixed when I say we, Nick, fixed the arms that I'd put on wrong in the front of the 370Z, it's bringing the front up quite a bit, so I actually have to go down a little bit. All it was is I actually put this piece here, I actually put around the wrong way. So it was putting a bit of pressure on the bottom of the coilover, which obviously is not the best by any means at all. Now, the big bit which Nick's gone absolutely nuts on and done a super good job is the 350Z radiator is now in. He's basically made mounts, which I can barely even see. They're in here to run off the factory 350 mount and use the factory 370Z, you know, locking thing for the radiator. So essentially the radiator goes in and out like a factory car. Yeah, that's a better way to show it. What's up, dude? And then obviously in the front of the car we've got oil coolers now sitting upright, and we're going to run individual hoses rather than the Y-piece hoses we had before. And then we're running a way bigger power steering cooler now, which will obviously be really advantageous. The fans we're going to wire up a bit better than they were, just so they get a full 12 volt each. What else, Nick?
Pretty much just fabrication, bash bars, stuff after that.
Oh,
get the engine back together.
He fixed. Let's show this. So, give you guys down in the comments, have a guess where this piece came from. Go comment down below right now. Guess where it came from. And yeah, this came off the exhaust manifold. So when we originally got this car, it actually came with a blown motor. We did a motor swap right when we first got the car, and the motor we got was out of a crash car, and it had a hole in the extractors, which we didn't realize until they were on the car. So headers, extractors, whatever you want to call it. We basically just shoved a stick welder or a welder down and tried to do our best to seal up the hole, but it's always had a hole in the manifold. Nick has now fixed that. So yeah, I can't show you guys that well there, but I'll chuck a picture in here. So that's going to make a difference power-wise, obviously.
Yeah, well, a little bit of an exhaust leak, but it won't be drastic. You'll be able to feel
but exhaust leak on NA would affect probably torque a bit, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was such a minuscule sort of leak.
Yeah, and it would
the noise and everything.
Yeah, so when you'd start the car cold, you could hear audibly there was a massive leak, and then once it warmed up, it was...
If only you just put the AFRs out a little bit, because it's free O2 sensor, so it'll probably be if it's sucking in oxygen as it passes through,
yeah,
it'd be maybe throwing it out a tiny bit, but again, it wouldn't have been a noticeable difference.
Yeah, and just by sheer luck, because we've deleted the AC sensor, Nick had a belt, which is what, similar to the belt you had on the K24?
Yeah, one I took off, it was brand new that I had, because I ended up going to 5 PK on that, power steering,
So literally, what are the chances of Nick just having the belt here ready to go? Because I was like, oh, you know, I need to go get these bits, because what I have gone and got, which I think we put over there, I just went and got the oils for the diff. Spark plugs to a 370, I'll never financially recover. As you guys know, if you've got a 370Z, you have to get the platinum, I don't even know, they're $50 a plug basically. I think it was $47 a plug, so it's like, yeah, 300 bucks worth of plugs basically, which hurts. But you very rarely need plugs in these things. I've never swapped them, so, but you know, we're doing everything right this time around. Nick won't let me do it not right, so and that's fair enough. Intakes are cleaned out.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Oh, you started. Oh wow. Oh, you pulled it all off.
Yeah, it's kind of sitting there, being a bit close to it.
Wow, there's a lot of build up in there.
Like that's pretty good light in there with the filters. Like
You know what that colouring is? That's from me doing a gender reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, gender reveal burnout, pink smoke has died.
It's all on the time.
My-
Regards as well.
Yeah, so gender reveal skids. So we're still going to put in the return filter thing in that hose for the power steering. We're using the factory fan still with the 350Z radiator, almost factory everything, still running the GK Tech swirl pot. What else is happening in this engine bay?
The oil filter housing down there with the 4 ports off.
Oh, that's right. He's welded on. Can I get to it here?
Should be able to.
So Nick's gone ahead and welded on the fittings because obviously we don't want leaks, but it is a cheap oil sandwich block.
The two that are on there, like the rubber washer would flatten out, and then every time you undid the AM line, the fitting would come with it.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll just weld it on. So make it easier.
Yeah. So we're gonna have 4 -8, -10 lines. So basically the oil's going to be running through there a lot faster than it was.
Inside, buddy.
So me and Nick both got 2 kids, so it's always fun trying to film when you got kids needing various things. Even though he's been here and knows where the toilet is, he still needed to ask. But yeah, I guess bodywork's going to have to wait probably until I get back from America. Obviously I'm not stressed on that by any means anyway. What were you saying?
I can't remember now.
About the oil.
Oh yeah, so the way it was white piece before, it was good, but I just don't think it was enough coverage of to fill up the coolers, and the way they were mounted was good, but it was a lot of strain on the oil system to be able to actually get it all through.
Yeah.
So this would just allow full flow of 2 coolers essentially, because you're running 2 coolers with essentially only enough lines for 1. So it's just not efficient, but it was doing something, just not enough. But this will be able to keep it cool. We'll be able to go lap after lap, not have to worry about oil pressure and cool and temper and stuff like that. Now it'd be sweet. So.
Yeah, and now I've given Nick back his saw that lots of people are unhappy with how I was using it anyway.
So I don't use it any different, mate.
So yeah, he's going to go ahead and get a front bash bar. It's going to give us a lot more clearance for our air filters as well. Trying to think if there's anything else. We've got to swap out a window because these doors we got are convertible doors.
Yeah.
So we've got to get the normal coupe windows that don't curve down at the back here. So that's kind of a funny one. So if anyone's chasing convertible windows, let me know. You can have them for free. Otherwise, they're just going to go in the bin. Can't think of anything else. We're going to do some fuel stuff.
Yeah, fuel stuff. We're going to just check that out and make a snazzy ass plate to go in there. They're all mint. Got to close in there to make the barrier.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the main things that we hold back from driving, because as soon as you drive it all, it's just going to flick.
Yeah, there's going to be so much stuff coming inside if we don't put the barrier in.
Yeah, so get that done.
Have to get probably more of, or we could probably just go across with that pinch.
Yeah,
use that, or just get some more pinch or whatever.
This will just be able to run across anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully seal it right up to the window.
Yeah. You won't need to seal back here. This will be nothing.
Yeah, this can all be stay open because you get obviously. Well, you shouldn't be getting any fuel vapor.
No.
From back here.
This is all sealed stuff, so you won't get any.
Yeah. In theory.
In theory, if you've got a leaking fitting, you might give it high, but.
Well, that's aren't those lines down there like fuel vapor majiggies?
For the charcoal canister, I think.
Which I don't have.
Yeah. So.
Which is fuel vapor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll close them off anyway.
That's fine.
No need for that.
Oh, we don't need it anymore? No?
Are you applying with commissions at Archerfield?
No. My emissions are... Yeah. Emissions are whatever. Obviously, new shockworks are in. Everything's snazzy there. I think the height, obviously you would have made the height the same on both sides.
Probably like half an inch what you put in at.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I think the camber on this one's cooked.
Yeah.
But the other side looks good.
I just screw the arms in.
Yeah. But the other side, height-wise, doesn't look too bad from a sense where I think the height's right. Once the camber's out a little bit more, I think the height's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Function over form on this car. Still going to look good, but, you know, I'm trying to... You see this one, it's got a lot of camber, the wheel's a bit far back, and on top of that, the quarter's cooked. So my plan is, or Nick wants to pull this straight and stuff.
I'll make this a 20-footer, and then once you get your overguards.
Yeah, so my plan is to bring home over fenders from the States on this trip. So I'll bring them home at Christmas time. In January, we can chuck the fenders over the top. And to be fair, you don't cut out these old fenders. The old fenders stay on the car, and you just obviously pump the guards out a touch, but the guards that go over the top aren't any wider than stock. So that's the key point there. They're really just an over that don't dent because they're fiberglass, if that makes any sense to everybody. Going forward, I think that's about it for the 370Z. Nick has rear drive swapped the Hondaroo, the K24 Subaru, so he's going to be bringing that out for a drift on Tuesday. The other day when I forgot my camera, Cody from Sick Puppy 4x4 went out in the AU, and then Nick went out in the AU as well and had some fun.
It's pretty good. Got like probably 6 laps in, I think.
Yeah.
It started surging and stuff, but I think it was just low on fuel.
Yeah, no, so I definitely have some surge issues with the AU as well, which I think it might just be a situation of needing to push the fuel pump down to the bottom or something, someone said to me. So, yeah, everything is coming up my ass. All right, guys, following day now, and yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update on that car. The weather has been disgusting here. The meet I was meant to go to, the AA6, was cancelled because it was early morning. The whole idea was to go up in the hills and go for a drive, and it is bucketing down. We're getting flood warnings and everything else, so I'm gonna spend a majority of my day checking out some flood, like making sure there's no flooding issues down at the track. What I do want to do is, for a lot of you that are kind of new to the channel, you haven't seen the S13 convertible in action. I just come across some footage on my computer. I'm going to throw it together for you guys now to check out. Enjoy. enjoyed that little bit of S13 action there. Keep in mind that car was running 666 horsepower in those clips. So next time she's put together, she's going to be a lot more spicy. Yeah, I really don't have a lot to do before I go. I'm going to try and keep the vlogs going before I head away, but I head away in 3 days. I'm off to New Caledonia, then immediately after that we're off to the States. So I'm just waiting on some Corvette stuff that I want to show you guys that's getting done. The whole driveline's out of that car now. I'll check a photo of that in here. So he's going to send me video footage of him doing all that. So yeah, we might not be able to keep up with the daily vlogs like we have been doing, just due to I'm about to leave the country and I can't really go starting any other projects right now when we're about to fly out in only 3 days time. Well, I am anyway. So yeah, 8.6 back up in storage for now. Yeah, everything got canned with that. S13 we're going to be taking over to Nick's probably before I go when I come back from New Caledonia, and Nick will get started on that. 370Z is pretty much done. We may have a guest driver driving that car while I'm away, and Nick's going to film that and get the footage for me, so I'll show you guys. I think you guys will be pretty excited to see who's going to be driving it, if that happens. Yeah, other than that, hopefully you're in an area in Australia that isn't flooding right now. A lot of Australia is freaking flooding and it sucks. And, you know, there's a heap of flood warnings around me now, which is freaking me out. We're only flooded in January down at the track, so it definitely is a concern. But yeah, thanks heaps for watching this one. It was a bit of a mixed bag, but hope you enjoyed it. Peace out, guys. See you in the next one.